our families and communities safe and informing the public. That's why North Carolina says it requires all sex offenders to register with the state.
The Sex Offender and Public Protection Registry allows you to track sexual offenders living near you. So with that information, I headed out to some communities across eastern Carolina to see if people know that sexual offenders are their neighbors. It's a quiet, peaceful neighborhood in Greenville with nice homes, clean streets, manicured lawns, a daycare center, and registered sex offenders.
It was attempted rape was what he was convicted of.
Oh, wow.
William Teal was alarmed when I told him a registered sex offender lives right around the corner from him.
It's very, very, very disturbing.
Especially, he says, with a daycare center in the neighborhood. The owner of the daycare didn't know either and told me she was too shaken up to do an interview. Registered sex offenders can't live within 1,000 feet of a daycare unless they were there before the law took effect this year. That happens to be the case here. But that's little comfort for residents.
It does sort of unnerve you a little bit to know that there's someone that's living in your neighborhood. And, of course, my kids are all grown and they're away, but I'm concerned about the other parents who are here.
When you start tracking registered sex offenders, one thing becomes clear. They can be young and old, men and women, and live just about anywhere, including this nursing home in Washington.
It doesn't surprise me. Some of these places you would go, it's just like your next door neighbor.
We went along with Sergeant Keith Owens of the Beaufort County Sheriff's Department as he checked to make sure registered sex offenders live where they say they do. It's something he and sheriff's departments in every county do each month.
You'd really be surprised. You wouldn't know most of these people if you met them on the street.
You can track sex offenders in your neighborhood at your sheriff's department or on the internet. That's where I got the information I showed Teal.
Here, this is just Greenville. We've got 7 pages.
Wow.
In fact.
And now you can even sign up to receive email alerts when a sex offender moves close to you.
I think if you have children or anybody that you care a lot about, you need to know who you're close to.
And with around 12,000 registered sex offenders in North Carolina, chances are people convicted of molesting children, rape, and other sex crimes are living near you. While the Sex Offender Registry is public information designed to help protect people and communities, the law is also very clear. You cannot use that information to threaten or intimidate people on the list. To find out if sex offenders are living near you, just head to WITN-TV.com. We have a link to the state's website there. If you don't have internet access, you can call us in the newsroom after the show tonight, and we'll help you. What do you think about the state Sex Offender Registry? You can let us know by clicking on the story on the homepage and posting your comments. You can also leave your comments on our news blog.